All right. So we're going to talk right now about trading and about the mentality of trading, what it's like, right? What we try to do here, what we try to teach at acetradingclub.com. Get a 2 week free trial. Come join us if you are inclined. But one of the things we want to talk about, a member brought to my attention yesterday, is how do you control your emotions in trading? Because it's an emotional game that's going on every day when you're trading. You're going up, you're going down. One of the things that I try to bring into the room, what I try to bring into to members, and I try to encourage them to understand this concept. It's a simple phrase, but it's hard to execute, right? And what that really is, we want to be small enough, long enough to be big enough soon enough. So we're going to scale slowly up, right? We want to get to a point where our account and our position sizing is small, relatively small to our account, so we know how the mechanics of getting in and getting out of a trade, right? And if we can do that consistently and make our number, we have a potential to then scale up to the next level. So we're going to be small enough, long enough to be big enough soon enough. And in a practical terms, it's a sense that I use, right? Is what my coaches in college used to talk about. Playing on the edge. Playing on the edge is a mentality where it's like, hey, I'm going to play hard. I'm going to play fast. I'm going to play tough, physical football, assignment sound football. I'm not going to go over the edge, but I'm going to try to find the edge. I got to find the edge because if you think about it in any sport that you play, you're always looking for who's the biggest and the baddest. Until you can't find the biggest and the baddest, then you're the biggest and the baddest. But ultimately in this game of trading, there's a bigger and a badder, somebody who's the king of the hill in trading. And we're not, we're just trying to get to our level of comfort zone. So we want to play on the edge. And on the edge to me is saying like, hey, let me size up to a level that allows me to say, hey, if I take a loss here, especially when I'm starting off trading, if I'm a newbie trader and I've just come into a trading room, well, don't come in there and risk your whole portfolio on a trade. Go in there and find a number that works for you, that doesn't make your heart beat out your chest, but allows you to learn the mechanics of getting in and getting up and getting out of a trade. At the same time, you want to make some money that are risk monies, like, because if you lose, you want to be able to say, hey, I can pull $100 out of my bank account tomorrow to replenish that. But if you try to trade as a newbie trader and say, I'm gonna make $10,000 today in this one trade, well, most people don't have access to a spare 10,000 in their bank account, but most people can get access to $100, $50. A push come to shove, maybe one or two calls away from getting $1,000 back in their account, right? So trade to a level where you can find your comfort zone, and as you find your comfort zone, you just move to the edge. That becomes trying to make $100 in a trade to 150 to 200 to 300 to 400, because eventually you're going to have four-figure trades. You're going to make 1,000. Then those $1,000 trades will eventually turn into $10,000 trades. And what took a month to make will then turn into a week to make. What takes a week to make will turn into a day to make. You know, and what turns into a day to make will take one trade to make. And that's the mentality that I think me here at Ace Trading, my job is to show members a way, just a way to trade. There's several ways to make a souffle. I try to make it my way. I encourage you to make it your way, like I'm Burger King or something. This is silly. I'm like got these rhymes popping out for no reason. But, real talk, I think that trading can be emotionally challenging if you go too big because it's your hard-earned money. It's your hard-earned money. You don't want to lose it, and you're putting it on the line. So, what I would tell you again, and I'll reiterate, is that we're trading the most liquid names. I'm not looking for pennies are us, right? That's trading at 10 cents and maybe it's going to be it's going to come off the pink sheets and go to $100. I'm not trading those. Those aren't liquid enough names for me. But we're trading the Teslas, the AMDs, the Oklos, the Metas, the Netflix, the AMDs. We're trading the most liquid names, the Metas, the Apples, the Googles. We're trading those. There's no one trade that we should take that as a newbie trader, you should go down so much that it wipes your account out. Can you get to the point where, you're sweating a little bit? Of course. but that's a skill with time. I'm never in here hitting the panic button. I don't see any point in panicking because all you're gonna do is like seeing somebody panic when you're drowning in the pool. You're just gonna push everybody down. The person that comes to save you, you're gonna be pushing them under the ground, under the water, and you're gonna be drowning them. So panicking doesn't help anybody as the leader of a room. But my job is to find us the best trades I can find, the best setups that I can find, and then allow us to make some money. So hopefully that answers your question on emotions a little bit. 1 second here. All right. So yeah. So from last night, I'm still holding as we get going. I am recording the session. So as we get going, I am holding Palantir from last night. I told you I was going to hold it. Um, Decided to hold that overnight. Man, AMD was a beautiful trade for us yesterday. Beautiful trade for us as we recap that. We played. We played what I call an opening range break. I played it on a 5-minute chart basically. I saw yesterday's high. I saw that we took it up and then we came back down. And so in the next little dip, we bought and then it just ripped off, right? And we sold right here at 245. And then subsequently it ran even higher. It ran almost $7. It ran $7 higher. What a crazy move. But guess what? What did I tell you guys? They will always give you another chance. And guess what happened? When it started to fall back down, where did we buy it again? Down here, and then it ripped up. They'll give you another chance. So just like today, it's at 252. Do you feel like we missed it? I don't. I'm sitting back on my hands going, all right, game on. What are they going to do today to give us an opportunity? Could it run another 5% today? Possibly. Possibly could run another 5%. But the reality is they'll probably dip it. They'll probably hit it with a dip, with the old 1-2 dip. But the Qs are up nice. A nice 1% gain on the Qs. We're still not at all-time highs, but we're sitting there. So we'll watch that. We can watch AMD. Okay, AMD, my level today for me. I mean, I don't know if I'll take it, when I'll take it, but I'm telling you now, if we can get back into, say, 246, I'm grabbing it. Right down here where we just broke off here, so 245, 246, I would grab it if it came negative on a straight shot. More than likely, we just get a little dip to 250 and rip. So I'm going to watch it. I'm interested at 251. I'm interested. But I'll say my level is probably this 246. And then the no-brainer level would be if it gave us a full reversal down to 240. Okay? That's the no-brainer today. Tesla, I'm interested. I have no position in it pre-market. I'm a little bit in churchy. I'm a little frustrated with this thing because we had it. We bought that second dip yesterday, right? We bought it right here at the 420. It ran up to 424, 420. I think I said my level was 424. And then I sold it at 420.24. And I think, whatever I said in the chat. And then suddenly it gets way up here to 427 and then shoots to 437. You know how upsetting that is to see? Because we ran out of time in the day, I didn't buy this dip, this nice little fall down. But we'll watch it. 430 break. That'll be my level today. We come into there. I'll be interested to buy it. So I'll probably buy this 430 Pierce if it gave it to us. That's pretty easy to hit today. If you want a safer level, it'd probably be this 420. It's not too far away, 426. But that's asking it to go down 1% on the day. So we'll see if that happens. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but we can watch it. Oklo's at 93.70. Spoiler alert, I am in this pre-market, just at 94. I like this stock. I think that it's going to go probably north of 120. So I like that we've popped up. We reversed off 115. We've come back into the 20, bounced off of that. So we can watch this for another break. I'm not, it's not going to be it's a pre-market play. I'm in around $94. If you want to join me at 94, that's fine. We'll see what the price action gives us. But don't be surprised. I'm telling you now, don't be surprised if we get a retest of, say, 92.3 to beat, something like that, right? So if you want to wait in the market opening, get to about 92, 93 Pierce, which is easily done. That's where you want to grab it. The no-brainer would be a Pierce of 88. Okay, that's the no-brainer. So I'll be ready to go to battle all through these levels on Oklo today. This is one that has the potential to hold overnight. If I had to, if I got stuck holding this thing, I don't mind holding it overnight. Oklo. Meta, it's going up. It's not one I day trade. It's a slow mover. You know, it's always wicking me around, so I'm not interested into it. Let's look at Google. Let's see if there's a trade in Google for us today. It's up 2%. It's nice to see. Very strong stock. Clearly a very strong stock. Clearly in an upward movement. Is it over 4 trillion? Probably takes out 340 in the coming days, so we can watch that. Netflix, we had that yesterday. And then, you know, we wanted to get to 86 bucks. We caught some of this move, but it came right back down to 83. Now it's up there. It's worth a shot again on a dip into 84 again. I believe anywhere in the 85s or lower is a swingable level to start like a quarter of your position if you wanted to. Okay, if you wanted to. Let's take a look at SNDK. I think there might be a short opportunity for us. Maybe. This thing is ripping people's face off to the upside. Man, it makes me cry looking at it because we had it on the 8th of January at 335 or so, and it's at 500 bucks. I've been saying this thing could double. I was saying when it was at 350 bucks, this thing could double. I still hold to that level of it can double. We're getting a little bit too extended to the upside. If for some reason we can rip to about, I don't know, 550 today on some stupid straight shot, maybe 575. Okay, I'd take a short. At that point, I'd have to short it as a swing. Maybe as a swing short, I'd probably start with about, for me, I'd probably start between 15 and 20 shares, something like that. Something that easily I could hold because I believe this thing could go to $1,000. So I'm assuming worst case scenario on that if I start it. So just to let you know, if I do take a short as a swing, it's somewhere between 10 and 25 shares, something in there, something in that range for me as a short swing, just to give me enough room to see if they keep squeezing this sucker to like $800 or $1,000. So it'll allow me to maneuver. I probably would add every $75, something stupid like that. Okay. So I want to get some Tesla on a dip. I'll probably touch this 433. I'm just letting you know, heads up on that. I'm looking at Tesla for 433, but I wouldn't be surprised if we pierce 429, okay? For my smaller accounts, you would want to wait into this 429 if it does that. You don't want it to dip too much, but if it starts to dip, that's totally fine. We got to be ready for that. Okay, Oklo, just flat, essentially for me. Where's Palantir? Where's NVIDIA? Do we got to trade in NVIDIA for us? I am recording this, so we have something going. We talked about, not mindset, but we talked about controlling our fear, our emotion. This is an emotional game, folks. Always remember that. It's an emotional game. And because it's your hard-earned money. And so you have an intimate attachment to your money. You don't want to lose it. What I remind you is this. Our pursuit in this game is not money. There's bigger pursuits in life than money. Our pursuit is money is a tool. So it's just a shovel. To me, this is just a shovel. The goal, it's what the goal is. We're here to be able to make a shovel. We want to make as much shovels as we can because it's just another tool to allow us to do whatever it is that we want. That could be real estate. That could be getting a second income. That could be quitting your 9-to-5. That could be paying off some credit card debt. That could be anything, but it's a tool that you're trying to do, that you're trying to use. It's a tool, okay? Okay, so it's a tool. So I'm not after money. I'm not chasing money. It's just a tool. Now I told you I'm holding Palantir overnight. It's still on the board. You see that? I'm still in this thing. At this point, I'm gonna want this I'm gonna want to see it get back up to at least 180. If it got to say 177 or started to wane, fine. The reason I decided to hold overnight is because it came right into this box that we drew the other day. I said down here, I like it. It's swingable down here. So once we started to really get the recovery, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold this thing. Could I cashed it out? Yeah, but if I'd have cashed it out, it was gonna be just padding the stats from yesterday. I thought we could get way more out of this. I think we can get north of 180. So I'm gonna hold this thing, and we're going to be focused in. So we got a couple trades to watch. AMD is going to be interesting. I want to see it dip before we get in this thing. I'm interested at 250, but I'd like to see it. I ideally would like to see this 246. Okay, so my level is probably about this 246. A safer level would be, let me just clone that. That's a more straight line. Safer level would be somewhere about here, 242. Something like that. That's a $10 move from the open, from where it's at. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll just take whatever the market's prepared to give us. Freedom, exactly. Freedom. That's what we after. And again, challenge yourself. I keep saying this, guys. I keep saying, challenge yourself. If you're doing 20 shares, challenge yourself to do 25. Challenge yourself to do 30. Challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to go down $100. You gotta be okay saying, I got the money in my bank account. If it goes that wrong, I can put 200 back into the account. That should be fine. But challenge yourself. Find the edge. Don't go over the edge. Over the edge is if I'm trading 20 shares, going to 125 shares. You're over the edge. You'd be over the edge. If you do 200 shares, going to 600 shares, you are over the edge. G-Man shared a thing with me last night, and it was this guy who lost $12,000 literally yesterday, but his account was only like 36,000. I said, the first off, you're just too big. It was whenever Trump was speaking. Could have been yesterday, the day before, but it was about around when Trump was speaking. He lost 12 grand, and I'm thinking, bro, you took 36. You only have an account of 36,000. There's no trade you should take that should take you down 12 grand. That trade should have taken you down $1,000. Maybe. If you want to trade big, try to be 1,000. I don't want to make, I do, I'd love to make 10,000 a trade, let's be clear. But I'd rather make 10,000, I'd rather make 1,000 10 times than 1,000, 10,000 one time. Like I remember telling one of the members earlier in the last year, he had made like 5 grand in the trade. And I was like, that's great, but show me you can make 5,000 every trade. If you can make 5,000 every trade, now we talking. Don't show me one trade of 5 grand. Show me 10 trades of 5 grand, and now we talking. Okay? So you'll notice, like I make whatever I make, right? But the average trade is like 600 pounds. Call it $700, right? It's nothing crazy. It's just that I do so many trades. I just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right? Let's look at Palantir. I'm still in this sucker. I want to see it get through 170. If we get any weakness, fine. I'll probably sell it, but I'm still holding this thing. I'd like to get to about 180, and then I would sell it. But I think we get north of $200 in the coming weeks to months. So game on. We got 1 minute till we start. Okay. Hopefully everything's working fine because I'm recording, and we'll go from there. So we're going to wait on this Tesla, the AMD to dip. We're going to wait on this Tesla to dip. We're going to see if we get a dip. If it goes negative, who knows? But we'll take whatever it gives us. AMD's been one that's just gone from the word go. But if it goes, then it goes. Okay? I might grab this 433 on Tesla, though. Just letting you know. But at 430 break, I'm in there. Okay? I got a little bit of Oklo pre-market around 94, but it's coming in, okay? But these are the levels I like, okay? Here we go. Game on. 3, 2, 1. Calls 430. Yeah, there it is. Heads up on Tesla, getting down there. Let's see if it comes in. Q's coming in. Look at that. Look at that. Stuff coming in. Heads up on Tesla. I'm going to grab some Tesla here. Looking to grab some Tesla here. All right, folks. I'm long Tesla here, 434. Just right under this 434. Right here. Just grabbed a little piece. All right. Look at AMD coming in. Let's see if AMD comes into the downs. Here we go on Tesla. 433.90 is my exact entry. I'm long Tesla at 433.90. We'll see when we get to the upside. This is what I was looking for. So I'm in there. Let's see if we can get a move to at least 440. Get over 440, I'll sell, and we'll go from there. Okay? Otherwise, game on. I'm ready to do battle all the way down. So don't FOMO in. You ain't got to FOMO in. I'm a little early. I've given you my levels, but I'm in there. I'll just add if I need to. Okay? Palantir whipping down. NVIDIA's taking off to the upside. That's nice to see, actually. AMD 250. It is piercing 250, but I'm waiting it to come down. Wow. There goes Tesla, 435. There it is. There's $1.30. Just easy peasy. I'm considering this AMD, folks. Heads up. Considering this AMD here. Tesla back down. Boy, they whipped this thing in all over the place. Look at the Qs coming in. It's all good. Still in this Oklo pre-market. It's just a little position. If we can get through 94, probably I'll scale into it. Otherwise, I'll just leave that little bit. Heads up on this AMD. So I'm in AMD at 250. Pierce. Long AMD. Still in this Tesla. Oklo's at 93. Again, I got to get to 94. It's hit this first level. And I'm just letting it cook. I'm just letting it cook. But market's coming in. There goes Oklo. Oklo's starting to bounce again. Through 94, maybe I scale into a normal position, but I'm in right around 93.80. So watching it. I'm long AMD at 249.95. 249.95. Said I was interested under Pierce at 250, but you know, you could wait for this level here, 245 if you want, but I'm in there. Tesla's coming in. Looks like it wants to sit here and battle this, but we'll see what happens. We got time. Oklo's at 93. Google, Netflix. Man, Netflix just constantly selling, man. I don't know if I got the gumption to step up. SanDisk coming in some. Look at this, huh? Ooh. SanDisk sale is on, folks. This could be the sell. Let me look at the 5 minutes on SanDisk. We might take this short. Here we go on AMD. There's $1.50. There goes Tesla up 50 cents. I'm considering a short on SNDK. My stop will be 500 bucks. So if I get it, I'm going to tell you I have a stop at 500. Because if they're going to tank it, they're going to tank it hard. Okay? Wow, it's dropping. Look at this drop in SanDisk. Looking at SanDisk for the short. Starting to fall. Look at AMD. Look at Tesla bouncing. Oklo's at 93. I'm waiting for a 94 break, and then I'm going to scale in. Let me look at the SanDisk. All right, I took a, man. Do I grab it? Do I pull the trigger? I haven't decided yet on SanDisk. Let's see what they do. Tesla, AMD, everything is bounce and come back in, bounce and come back in. Look at SanDisk. So well, forget it. I'm not going to call it. I've already took it, but it's gone. Wow, look at SanDisk starting to fall. Falling hard on SanDisk. It's too. I got too scared to call this one, folks. So I've just taken this myself. Tesla's at AMD's at 250. Tesla coming in. We'll see what happens here. Watching it closely. NVIDIA, Palantir, just, man, this market, boy, what a weak showing. But this is what they do. They dump. This is what you want to see, actually. You want to see it dump and then rip. So let's be patient here. AMD, I'm down $1. I'm down 50 cents or so. Tesla's coming to 433. If it comes into this 430, That's probably where I'll load up some more. I just got a little taster position here. Look at this SanDisk stuff fall, 475. Sorry, folks. SanDisk is coming in hard. AMD coming in. Oklo just out the money some. SanDisk. Let's see if there's a long here on SanDisk. Let's see if there's a long on SanDisk coming up. SanDisk had to come all the way to 450 for my money. Tesla's at 433. AMD's at 249. So got a couple trades going. 249.95 on AMD. SanDisk, no position there. Tesla 433. I'm out the money. Yeah, 70 cents, 80 cents. There goes Oklo. Oklo's starting to move. We can get through here. I got a pre-market position at 94, just under 94. Gets through that, then I'm going to scale into it. But otherwise, I'm just going to just babysit it for a little bit. Palantir, weak sauce. Nvidia's coming in some. I'm kind of taking it a little bit slow because yesterday was such a really good day, so I don't want to risk too much. So I'm still in this AMD. I'm still in this Tesla. Oklo is chilling. SanDisk is coming up some. Man, let's just see here. Unless it comes straight in. If it comes straight in hard into about 450, fine. AMD is now flat to out the money. Chilling on that. Tesla's out the money, 90 cents. Oklo, a couple bucks, but I can add into that. Look at SanDisk starting to tank. It's not ready for a long. We're not down enough. But if this sucker can get down to about 460, this thing could rip down to the downside hard. I should have called the 485, guys. I should have called it. I think I was a little bit too scared to call it. Tesla, again, I'm in 433.90. So I just out the money a little bit. Flat to negative. AMD just flat to negative. Nothing I need to panic about. Oklo is just frustrating. It's at 92.30. But the Qs are selling a little bit. UNH preparing for a breakout in the next couple of days. Let's have a look at that. Palantir, what a joke. Let's look at UNH. Yeah, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You've got a nice golden cross here. The 20 over the 200 on the daily. Yes. 3 days up. Next pullback. If you get a pullback into 340, it's a go. So I'm in this Tesla. I'm in this AMD. I got this Oklo. Look at SanDisk falling. Let's see if we can get into something outside of AMD and Tesla and Oklo. But Oklo's a pre-market trade, so I'm not too big at the moment. Tesla's at 430, 434. The Qs are starting to push down. SanDisk 475. Needs to come in more. Netflix, yeah. Let's see about Google. Google's been a strong stock. Is there something there? Looking for more volatility. I don't see much. It's a nice bounce in Google, though. It's a nice bounce in Google. Tesla's now in the money. AMD's now in the money. Some of you guys might have it a little bit lower. But we'll see. If you do, you're in the money even more. But I'm in. You guys know where I'm at. Not changing that. Those are the levels. 249.95. 433.90, respectively. Look at SanDisk with a bounce. Man, if it had got to 465, I would probably pull the trigger for one along. SanDisk bouncing up. Google coming in. Netflix. Netflix is weak. See if we can find something else. What's Meta? No, we've talked about Meta. I don't like day trading Meta. What's Oracle doing? Oracle's trying to bounce some. So we're through the first 10 minutes of the day. Do we get some price action to the upside? Does this market start to move up? Because right now it's just chilling. SanDisk had a little bottoming signal here, but this is too early doors. They probably flushed this thing way down through this. They're gonna. So we got Tesla, that's in the money some. We got AMD, that's flat to out the money. We got plenty of maneuverability. So let's just wait. Not every day got to be like yesterday. We're gonna trade whatever they're giving us. I'm mad that I didn't call SanDisk as the short, but whatever. It was just too dangerous, I think. Tesla's now negative. AMD now negative. The Qs are they just chilling. Here goes AMD coming down to the low. Again, I will add if it breaks down here. Probably add around, for me, I'll probably add a 240, 244 break for me. Tesla just chilling here. Let's see if we could survive through this. It's not very volatile. It's just market just rug pulling. Oklo, it's holding this little yellow line area here, but I'm in a couple bucks higher. Google nothing, Oracle nothing. See if we can find something. Where is like the miners at? Like Newmont. What are they doing? Nothing. Where's silver at? What are they doing? It's kind of going up. Amazon. So just chilling, just watching paint dry. We've been flat. We've been in the money on these trades on Tesla and AMD. I'm just trying to be patient. See if my patience can outweigh their temper tantrums. I haven't been up enough to keep a flat, but I haven't been down enough to add. So we're just in that gray zone. We knew they were going to pull it down. This is what they do. They pulled it down, and then we'll see if they're going to pop it back up. AMD, after yesterday's push, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to these secondary levels. I said I like the 250 area, so I took a piece. And if we come down in here, we come down in here. Here we go. It's coming in. AMD's coming in nice. I will add probably around 242 for me. That'll land me somewhere around this 245 as an average. GE coming in. Let's have a look at GE. Now I'm gonna keep an eye on SanDisk. Look what it's doing now. Keep that in mind. You understand what this pattern looks like. Let's keep our eye on that as well. But let me flip over to GE, okay? Because maybe we can grab a long. Yeah, it's down 4%. It's not too bad. We're not down enough on GE for my money. Not down enough for me. But let's keep an eye on this SanDisk. One more 10-minute candle looking like this. We're gonna go long. We'll grab it at the lows. So it appears to say 470. We can grab it. So keep an eye on SanDisk at the moment. Let's see if it sets up. Appears to 472 to 470. Currently looks like a good long. Tesla at the flat line. Oklo. Look at this. Market's just coming in. The Q's coming in. Uh-oh. What did they say? What did the SPY say? What's going on with the SPY? SPY coming in too. We're just sitting here chilling. Tesla's flat in the money. AMD's out the money. Plenty of room to maneuver though, but let's see what happens here. Oklo's out the money. That's a pre-market trade. Look at this setup. It's starting to go, but it isn't clean enough at the moment. So we want to see if it comes back down. We see these two little candles. This is textbook. So we'll play this 100 out of 100. If it can finish in this candle and the next candle down, we're going to play it. We'll go long around ideally 472, but we got to see if it sets up perfectly, because if it doesn't, they're going to rug pull us and we'll be on a crazy ride down. So don't be scared to go long on SanDisk. Netflix is tanking, I'm aware. Tesla's in the money. AMD's about $1.50 out the money. Nothing I need to panic about. So nothing to panic about. See Oklo, watching SanDisk. That one's starting to set up. We're not down enough, but we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. We got to watch in the next kind of 5 minutes. If it sets up, it'll be textbook. But if it don't, so what? We'll get it lower. We'll just get it lower. So let's watch. I still got this Oklo. It is supporting this 92, 93 level. Okay, yeah, so SanDisk isn't, well, this is a 5-minute chart, so that didn't look right. That was a 5-minute chart, but it was fine. It was setting up on 5s. I didn't know I was looking at a 5-minute chart. Didn't set up on 10, so let's watch it a little bit. Oklo's at 93-ish. Let's see here. Amazon. UNH looks great though. You know I like UNH for the long term. For the long term. See if we can get ourselves into something. Google was interesting, but nah, we're not getting any type of follow through. But the Qs aren't doing anything. They're pausing a little bit. Let's keep a look at SanDisk. Now we gotta let it cook. Let it cook. Just let this cake bake. Just let this cake bake. Oklo, man, you're killing me, Smalls. Killing me. But I'll add to it if it tanks a little bit more. But at the moment, nothing. Look at SanDisk coming in even harder. So nope. Nope. Not setting up. Not going to set up. All right. Tesla's flattened the money. AMD's out the money. It's gone negative, but we can add to this in a little bit. This is what they do. Pop it up the next day and then drop it the next. So let's just sit there and let it come to us. If it comes in low, we'll grab it. Google's at 32, 332. Tesla looks like it's setting up to at least go because it's holding the 200. It's holding the volume weighted average price. That's nice to see. AMD is not. And let's see if this thing can go. I'm going to want a break of 440 for me on Tesla if it goes. Yeah, I'm going to want to pierce a 440. So if it can go from here, cool, and we'll be good to go. SanDisk still tanking. Oklo still tanking. GE starting to bounce. Wasn't down enough for my money, but it's nice to see it bouncing. Netflix, I just kind of want to stay away from it. I don't genuinely like it. Wow, look at SanDisk. Still tanking. Still tanking. They're probably going to push this thing down to this gap fill. So 450 break, we can look to grab it, especially if it gets extended to the down. Because remember last time, it sold for what? 2 hours? It was non-stop selling for 2 hours. AMD just chopping, really. Not going up, not going down. We out the money a little bit, but nothing that is panicky. Tesla's down back to the flat line. That's frustrating, but we're just chilling. Got to sit on our hands a little bit. Google's at 333. No position. Wow, the Qs are coming in hard. Yeah, look at that. 618.79. Still coming in. Let's see what the Qs do. Let's see what we got here. Not calling SanDisk as a long nor as a short right here. But it's okay. Wow, look at that bounce. That's a $5 bounce right there. As soon as I say I'm not calling it, it bounces. Tesla down negative. AMD now negative on me. What's going on here? What's Meta doing? Being told Meta is strong today. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah. It's nice up 3% today. Let's look at the 5-minute. See if there's anything for kind of a, there's no real break. It's already broken out. It would really have to dip pretty hard for my money. SanDisk, nice bounce though. Nice bounce. So trying to be patient. Hims with a nice reversal. Let's see what Hims is doing. Yeah, man, Hims has been under pressure. Let's keep our eye on SanDisk. I'm not against buying it long, but I want to see a proper setup that gives us confidence. Say, hey, if we're wrong, we can get the hell out. Heads up on SNDK. I can be talked into a long here. My stop would be break of this 467. So we'll see if it can go back up. So heads up on this SanDisk. I'm about to grab some SanDisk here. My target will be a move over 491. So I just grabbed some SanDisk. 476.12. 476.12. Not the world's greatest entry, but again, I'm sized to go wrong. So if it goes to 466, I'll be out. So if you want to wait for a break of 472 ish, because the spread is silly. This thing is spready. So if you want to see if you can get a better entry, 472 maybe, you can give it a go. I'll try it here. Why not? I'll give it a go. Because if it bounces, it's going to bounce all the way back up to at least 484. So, but we'll see what happens here. If I can get 7, maybe $10, I'll take it. And I'll just be in and out. So I'm just kind of I'm not going to dance with this sucker. But if we can get over about 484, I'll get out. Tesla's back to in the money. AMD is negative about $1. Let me look at this SanDisk. This is the one that's the most volatile for me. Here we go. SanDisk starting to bounce. If we can get over 4, if I can get to 480, here we go. I'll keep a flat now. I think I'll probably have to. Spready though. Heads up. 484 or higher is my target. You know, if I can get $10, I'll take it. Heads up on SanDisk. Heads up on SanDisk. Wow, what a bounce. Could go to, you know, I don't know. I don't need to catch all of it. Only $2 away from my target. Wow, that was quick. That was quick. Heads up. I'm about to sell. This is close enough for me. I'm trying to be patient, but 484 was my target. $1 away. All right, I'm out. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. 483. I'll take it. That was quick. Next. Next. I'll take it. Probably go higher, but I don't need to catch all the move. There's the 484 officially tagged. Woo! That one had me nervous, boy. My damn heart was racing. Hey, Tesla's bouncing. Oops, wrong button. Here we go. Now we're starting to get the bounce. Wow, look at SanDisk bounce. Look at this SanDisk bounce. That's a nice bounce, almost a $10 bounce. I got it at 482.66 for those keeping score at home. 482.66 for those keeping score at home. We'll take the little winner here, and we'll go from there. We got Tesla, we got AMD. Those are in the money, and we're just being patient, man. They're not gonna, you know. Once you've seen this nonsense enough times, you don't panic. You know, I don't panic. You know, you guys already know. You guys already know. You know I ain't never scared. Okay? Here we go. There's the bouncing Tesla. Again, I keep trying to say, challenge yourself to go a little bit bigger. Don't worry about losing. Think about winning. Focus on the wins. You can always get a little bit lower. I always tell you kind of where I'm at. I don't tell you where, kind of. I tell you exactly where I'm at. And I just say you can get a little bit lower. If you get it lower, I want to have the worst entry in the whole room. That's generally my goal. And you should try to beat me by $1, $2, somewhere in that range is going to keep you safe. Okay? And we're just going to be patient, see if we can get this red to green, see if we can get straight to the money, and be done with the nonsense. Okay? Let's see, be done with the nonsense. Here we go. All these people getting wicked out of position. I'm not. Now I'm in the money. AMD. In the money, Tesla. I'm still out the money on Oklo, but that was a pre-market position, so I can scale into that, and I'm just waiting to either add or scale into it because it's not down enough to concern myself, to be honest. So we'll just go from there. All right, and then we just chilling. We don't need a lot of trades, just need the right trade, folks. Don't need a lot of trades, just need the right trade. Okay, look at that bounce in SanDisk. That was a nice bounce. Got to 484. That was the target price. Could go higher. I don't need the whole level. I don't need the whole thing. We'll just go from there. That was nice to see. HIMS, yeah, not down enough. Netflix, not volatile enough. That's the problem with it. Okay, UNH though, pretty looking stock on the daily. Looking for a breakout. Man, there was a stock ARM I wanted to look at as well. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. NVIDIA. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's worth a trade. We can trade that. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out. Let's give a shout out to Brian's daughter. I'm assuming you guys are in the car driving to work. Apparently, I'm like the easy listening radio as they drive to work or drive to school. So shout out to you. Let's give you a congratulations to going to school. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. So we're gonna make some money. We're gonna keep doing what we doing. We're gonna do it like we doing it, like we doing it for TV. Okay. And we're gonna go. We got Tesla. That's in the money, but it's not, it's not up enough. I mean, it was probably up enough to keep a flat though. Oh yeah, she'll be a supreme trader in 5 years. That's for sure. If she sticks around here, she'll surpass us all. She'll surpass us all. All right, so here we go. We got AMD that's starting to print some money. We got to get, I want to see. I'd like to see this thing. I'd like to see this thing crack kind of 255 to 257. That's kind of my general target if it's gonna run. Tesla, yeah, it's frustrating, but I want to see 440. If not, I'll just add on the volatility because right now we just chilling. I wasn't. Maybe I was up enough. $2 is maybe up enough to keep a flat, but it's so early in the day. Look at SanDisk, 485, still ripping and running. Maybe there was the chance to get the dip buy to run back to 500. I don't know, but I just didn't want to stick around and dance with this sucker. Okay. Netflix, chilling. Q's coming in. Nvidia coming in. No position there. What's this Palantir, man? It's pissing me off. I thought we'd be a lot higher than that. Still in the money, but, man, that's frustrating. But we'll hold. It's okay. We've been here before. We wanted to see it break through 170. Wow, 487 on SanDisk. 487. Tesla's now negative. AMD is now, just in the money flat. Frustrating. Where is SMCI at for starters? Let's see where's that at. That was moving up off the lows of 29 the other day. Let's see what we got. 4-hour chart doesn't look half bad. Daily chart looks pretty good. Now that we're getting over the 50, we want to see a close over this. And then a retest of say like 32. And then you get a chance to get in there. So here we go. We got AMD, we got Tesla. They chilling. And we're going to let those go. Look at SanDisk, 488. Could have got $10 on that thing. Dang. VWAP, yeah. You have it. You have the VWAP at 497. I don't have it that high. I got it at 480, 60. But I can see it getting to 492, but I just wasn't going to play. I wasn't dancing with this thing. Wasn't dancing. I didn't want to dance with that thing. Just get in, get up, get out, move on to the next one. Too dangerous. Netflix is a nice bounce off of 84. Palantir just weak sauce. Okay, we've had 30 minutes. We've been approaching 30 minutes of sell pressure. Let's see what they do. Because this isn't high sell pressure. This is just, I don't know, kind of just a run-of-your-mill just sale, really, on the Qs, on the markets. News in 2. What's the news in 2 minutes? What's coming out? Oh, you've already wrote it. Core PCI, that's right. Personal income. Okay, that's what it's going to be. So, okay, if we got inflation news, be careful. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. Affirm is up 2% today. That's nice to see. What's Snow doing? Snow is, flat to positive. All right, 30 seconds till it's a news day. But we in position. We got a couple trades going. Let me look at this Oklo. Do I need to add to it or can I scale into this position? Here we go. 30 seconds to the news. Okay. PCE. So let's go. 15 seconds. 251. So we're getting 2 months of PCE data. So that's what's going to move this market. Here we go. What we got? Markets aren't going up. No reaction too much to the down. Q's still selling some. Boring. SPY's at AMD's at 251. SPY trying to hold. There goes AMD. If it can break high a day, that'd be great. We can break this high a day from yesterday, which is at 252. We got ourselves a shot. We'll have ourselves a runner. She's a winner. She's a runner. She's a track star. I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's what the young kids say. I don't know. I'm too old. Tesla's coming in. Oklo's coming in. SanDisk. Market just kind of meh. Tesla now negative. Again, I was never up enough. I mean, 436, maybe I would have been up enough to keep a flat. Maybe. It was a kind of a quasi, I'm up $2, I'll keep a flat, but we'll see what happens. Market's not doing much. I think Tesla, clearly, if we're not going up, if there's all this resistance up here, be ready for it to come down. At this point in the juncture, probably this 425, 426 Pierce is kind of me. Oklo, no adding to that. SanDisk, we're done with that. I doubt I trade that anymore today. Netflix, nothing. Where's Micron? I tell you what, though. The memory money. They're just flowing money into these. Ooh, look at STX. Okay. Man, it's at all-time highs. You know how I feel about all-time high trading. I really am not a fan of it. It's so dangerous. This is of interest, though. Baba. STX, which is another memory play. Maybe for 333, maybe. We'll just see here. But if the market's going to stay under pressure, I'm kind of don't want to be into too much stuff at the moment. What is Oklo entry level or add for you? Oklo for me, I got a pre-level play at 94. So for me, I'm waiting for it to probably get about $88. If it came into that, I'll probably add to it. But I got to watch it. It's how it gets into it. So I would say 88, but otherwise I'll just sit here and chill because the market's not doing much. There's not much volatility there. AMD back down. Look at that. I'm just getting whipped around here. STX. Look at SanDisk come right back in. 483. Tesla. Man, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad, folks. It keeps getting bought up. It's not looking too bad. This price action isn't too bad on Tesla. AMD, it just looks like it's failing to the low. STX. Wow, look at Baba though, man. Gosh, dog. Google's at 332. The market isn't, if we think about it, we keep looking at other stocks. We're not surging up. We're not surging down. This Google is of interest, but for my money, we're going to have to crack 330. Tesla's now back in the money. AMD's now just still kind of flat to out the money. This Oklo I'll keep my eye on. SanDisk back at 480. STX coming in. Let's see, man. These are some of the strongest names out there. STX, SanDisk. They've been the strongest names this year. But the rug pull is going to be nasty when it happens. Nasty. All right, Tesla's moving up. But we've been here before. AMD, Chop City. Let's see if this Tesla can get moving. So we got the Tesla. Hopefully everything's on the sheet. Probably not, is it? See here, Tesla chilling there at the entry. Sorry, so I'm still looking around. Let's just see what we get. We ain't have to. So Tesla 4. Oops, wrong level. AMD's at 249.95. Just chilling. Just all we got to do is be patient. So we in the money on AMD. We in the money on Tesla. Watching this Oklo. Again, I got a tiny little position. Wasn't too sure if it was gonna go. I positioned myself to be able to scale into it. So we're just watching that. I wanted to have some exposure if it was gonna run. So I have like a third of what I would normally buy. Still coming in. What level for GE? Let's have a look at GE. Is GE still coming in? Google's at an interesting level. Okay, we got it. Okay, now what I'm seeing on GE. Now we still not down enough for moi, but at least look at this. This was a bearish little pattern here, but at least we got this little double bottom we could play against. Let's see if we can get a Pierce at 300. You know, let's see if we can get a Pierce at 300, and we could see if we can grab some of that. I'm not against it. I'm not a hater on it. So that's cool there. Still got this Tesla. That's just flat. AMD is just flat. You know, that's just flat. So we chilling in these. They're just chilling. That's all we doing. So it's a slow day. I got to trade the market that I see, not the market that I want. It's chilling. It's being slow. We're still in a bull market. We got two trades going. AMD is flat to negative, flat to positive, just whipping between there. Tesla's flat to positive. It's just whipping between there. We've been here. Let's just see if it's going to be a late day bloomer. If it's a late day bloomer, we'll go. If not, we chill. I'm just chilling here. Not every day is going to be like yesterday. It was like bing, 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 bing. It was just trade after trade after trade. Right now, we just sat here looking at a fish. But we did get that one SanDisk trade, though, which was nice on the long. That was nice to see. That was nice to see. That was nice to see. There goes Tesla moving up. There goes AMD chilling. Oklo's at 91. And I'm getting a little bit. GE, here we go. Let's see here. If we can get a Pierce, I'd say 297. 298, 297 on GE. I'm interested in that. We're getting down enough to be interested in that. We can break 300, get to 298, 297. I would take that. There goes Tesla with the bounce. AMD's trying to bounce, so we got a couple trades going. There goes Oklo. Okay, so there goes Oklo. So Tesla, I got the right entry on Tesla. Oh, 34. All right, so we're just chilling. Everything is fine. Tesla's flat. Well, Tesla's in the money, $1. AMD's up 10 cents. Oklo, yeah, it's small, guys. Took a third position, so we'll chill on there. Google getting close to a bounce level. It is. I'm watching Google. That's another one I'm liking. We've had, 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes straight down. Let's just see if we can pierce 330. If we can get to 330 pierce, I'm grabbing it. Okay? Because if they're going to fill this gap, which is at 328, that gives me better risk to reward here. So let's just see if it comes in here. So it's a pop to 335, and they've just sold this sucker ever since. Let's see if it gets extended down under 330, and then we got ourselves a shot. Okay, GE is the same. We want to get to about 298 on a straight shot, and then we got ourselves a shot. Man, too many shots in there. STX is kind of in spirit of. I don't like the initial pop to 338 in the second candle of the day. But it's given a setup that at least gives you an area of get in, get the hell out. Right now, it's a 1-to-1 risk. So it's like you could buy it here. You would stop out for 3, but you could only be looking for about 3. So that's a 1-to-1 risk. So it's not down enough for me. Doesn't fit my risk criteria. I don't want to make $3 and then risk $3. That's just a 1-to-1 risk. Simple math there. So for me, doesn't fit my risk criteria. I want to be in a position to make more. Man, come on, man. GE, all we want is a pierce at 300. Why is GE down? Does that have earnings or something? There's no news on it. Oh, it's earnings. What the hell is this? It's today. Shoot, why did you say that? I'm glad I looked. All right. So this is earnings. So definitely we want the lower end. Definitely want the low end. Now this trading on earnings. It's trading on very specific news to itself. Might not ever bounce. So for me, this STX is of interest, but the problem is the risk to reward just ain't there. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Good bounce, but the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Paul said he had earnings. I missed Paul. I'm sorry. Paul pointed it out. My bad, Paul. You pointed it out. I just didn't see it. I didn't see all the things. Okay. Look at Google coming in. So GE, let's really hone in on GE because it's just tanking on earnings news. Let's just see where we're at. Let's see the forest through the trees. Man, big bullish candles here, boy. Whew. Man, what's this? Let's extend that out. Yeah, that just takes us under. Yeah, we're going to have to get. I see where I really want to get in, but it's definitely, I won't start until 297. I already see where I want to get in at, and that's about I would love to get in at about 292. But, we could maybe start at 297. So we'll watch it. Tesla's in the money some, but again, we've been up here before. Not up enough to keep a flat, not down enough to add. AMD's the same situation. Not up enough, not down enough. Just chopping. Look at this SNDK though. Only trade so far closed out is this SNDK trade. So that made some money, which is nice. Google's at 330. That's coming in. That's dragging down. Let's see. A filling here of 329. I think right in here is an easy buy. Man. But let's see if we can get down. There we go. AMD starting to bounce. We just in position. We just chilling with these two trades. SanDisk, I'm done with. That was enough to have me scared because I don't know when they're going to rug pull this thing. But when they do it, I hope I'm not in it for the long. Here we go. We're getting a bounce on Tesla. But we got to get to 436. Again, my target is still going to be 440. I haven't moved my target. We want to get through that. AMD, my target remains this, 255? Something like that. So that's going to stay the same. I'm not changing course on that. The Qs are starting to bounce. I told you this STX is interesting. It just don't fit my risk criteria. So it's bouncing. That's nice to see. It just don't fit my risk criteria. I don't want to take a one-to-one risk trade for my money. So for your money, maybe you want to take it. I don't want to discourage you from a trade. It's the same with GE. The reason I'm looking for a significant pierce of 300 is because the current risk to reward is $3 up, $3 down. I just don't want to play for a one-to-one risk. 2 maybe. 2 I can do, but 3 1-to-1, nah, I'm not. I can't do 1-to-1 risk. I might as well just wait. Just wait for a better trade. Google, starting to bounce. I really would like to get this 330 pierce. We could get it. Hopefully, we can get it before the market bounces. But we're starting to get the bounce in Tesla. We're back to 436. We've been here before. AMD, you still just playing with me. You playing with me. Today's a day. It's just chop suey. Oklo's at 92. If it had pierced at about 88, I'd have definitely grabbed some more. Otherwise, I'm still in the camp that if it surges, I'll just scale into this thing. SanDisk chilling. Google. It's interesting. Google's selling, but it's not selling hard. It's not. It's just pressure. Pressure to the downside. GE. There we go. We want this 328. That's what we really want. We want to see it pierce this 200 and this 20 and get right in this wheelhouse. Okay, so my level is going to be 329 or lower. Your safer level will be probably about 320. Man, it's really just this 328, to be honest. A pierce of 328. So if we come in another dollar, I'm going to grab Google, especially if it fills this gap here. Could we go lower? Of course. Could we go to 321? Without a doubt, we could go to 321. But it's better to have it here than to have it at what? 335. GE 300, Google 330, STX at 332. So no play for me. Just you can see why. Let's see if Google comes down. We could try this Google. It's up on Google. It's up on Google. I could see myself grabbing this here. It's just been what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes down. It's a good push. We want it under 330 though, but it's been a good chunky ride down. So if we can push down some more. All right, folks, I'm long Google at 330. I'll take this long at 330. I literally 330 to the penny. So long at 330 to the penny. Keeping it light because I'm buying at least $2 higher than I want. So just keep that in mind. So what does that mean for you guys? That means, say I want to do 300 shares. If I'm paying up $2, $1.50 higher, I might take it down to 200 shares. You know what I mean? Like I just drop it some. So I can put that extra 100 if it goes to that next level. But then if I got the $2, $3 bounce, hey, I'd be happy with that. $600, something like that. So that's how that works. Okay. So that's how that math works. If I'm paying up higher than I want, which is the 328, which is $2 higher, I just got to drop it down a little bit. That allows me to add that extra piece back. But if I get it, if it gets the bounce, great. If it don't, it's cool. I can survive it. AMD, man, this is like a boring stock today. Boy, ain't doing nothing. Google's starting to bounce. My target for Google clearly is going to be a move of, I got to get $2-3 on it. So if we can get that, I'll take it. So it's starting to bounce here. So if I go up $1, I'll keep a flat, because I'll be halfway to my minimum target. Tesla, it's up almost $2, but we've been here before. AMD is 50 cents in the money, never up enough to keep a flat, not down enough to add, so we're just chilling on that. SanDisk, 490. GE, look at STX just whipping around. Nothing for me, though. Nothing for me. Let's look at NVIDIA. Maybe NVIDIA can give us a shot. Nah. Google's moving up. Tesla got to get through 436. So the longer I hold it, the more I'm going to want. So I want 440. But if I got to hold it this long, I'm going to want to move to at least this 442 Pierce. So we'll see what happens here. If we get to 438, it'll be on breakout alert. So then that could trigger us to go to about 442. We always want to size for 5. So if we can get 10, even better. Here we go. AMD's moving up. Everything is moving in the right direction. Oklo, we got to watch, but we'll get back. We'll deal with that as it comes. Again, that was just a pre-market trade. We're not going to let that one get too crazy on us. AMD moving up. There we go. Tesla moving up. Google starting to bounce. We got up about $1. So I got Google at 330 to the penny. Looking for a move to 332 to 333 is my ultimate kind of target. And then we'll see what happens. This market is just chilling, man. Slow day. But let's just see if we can just, rattle off a couple dubs. See if we can rattle off a couple W's. 436 on Tesla. 436 on Tesla, starting to move. AMD 251. I mean, these are all like little. If I was a scalper, I'd be out, but excusez-moi. Microsoft at 440. Good. Trying to learn here. What you think? Sorry about that. I'm just seeing your question. Microsoft at 444. Yeah, that would have been a great level if I'd have seen it. But again, it's not one. Microsoft to me isn't a stock that I like to day trade. It's not. You gotta realize the volatility of this thing is just not there. Again, I continue to say that if Microsoft, we're under the 200 on the daily, that's horse crap. That's terrible. But if we can get into the 420s, back into the 400, call it 410, 420, man, for a swing, for sure. Look at this classic double top, though. Looks like kind of the Batman sign or something. Crazy. Come on, AMD. Come on, Tesla. I mean, you're just making us work for this money, boy. But it's okay. It's okay. GE still chilling. Google's up 80 cents, but that's nothing. I mean, it's halfway to the goal. Man, look at this Tesla just chilling, man. Nothing's going up. So Oklo breaking the lows. That's cool. If Oklo gets into this 88, yeah, maybe. The risk to Oklo is we come back down to $80. So that's the risk. Hence why the pre-market position was so little. Man, this is like watching paint dry today. Only trade closed out today is SNDK. That was a nice little winner. It's coming back down. Got to 492, not surprisingly, but it got up there. Man, look at this Google come right back down. Qs are hitting the low. I haven't stopped out on Google. I'm just not in the camp that I think I need to. I just don't think I should. We're talking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This might be the 60th minute. Eventually, we get a technical bounce, a relief rally. From what I'm seeing on the Qs, looks okay. Look at the QQQ. It's not pretty, but it's not nasty. It's not nasty to the downside. We're holding the 200 period simple moving average. It's okay. It's okay. If we can hold AMD and Tesla this long, we just got to be patient. Let's just see if our patience can win again. But it's been a great week though. There's GE breaking 300. What's the volume looking like on this GE? It's not that high. What a sleepy day. So I don't really see a reason why I need to sell out on Google. I just don't. I really don't. I think Google's fine because unless you're telling me the price action is gonna be we're gonna sell for 3 hours straight, which that's just not what we getting today. AMD 251, we're up $1, but that's nothing. Now we up 50 cents. I mean, it's ridiculous. Tesla's up about $1. Maybe we need to be scalping $1. So if I started scalping, I'd go really big. Really big meaning like maybe like 500 shares on Google, something like that. And I would just scalp for $1. I'd just be in and out. 50 cents to $1, I'd be out. So see if we can get to this 331. It's a slow mover. This is Google though. This is the second biggest stock in the world. So if we can't hold Google, we can't hold any stock. No stock in the world can you hold. Oklo coming in. It's a can of worms. GE did pierce 300. Yeah. Waiting on at least 297. I need to see this thing keep coming in. Here we go. There's $1. And just about, but we want at least 2. Amazing. Amazing. What's Baba doing? Is it still going up? Man, it is. Whew. Oof. Maybe 185 if it really stretched up there. It's getting long in the tooth, but we're gonna have to get way up there. We got to get up at least to 185 to short this thing. Otherwise, it would be too much risk. Google, about at 90 cents or so in the money. There goes 331, but it's just let's just watch this paint dry. See if we can get back over 332. Pierce of that, I'll probably get out. I don't think we're going to high a day, but if we can get 332, 333, somewhere in there, I'd happily sell it. I'd happily sell it. I'd happily sell it. So let's see if we can get a move north of 332. See if Tesla can go, AMD can go. We just watching this paint dry. GE, nothing, man. There's just nothing there. No volatility. Just chilling. It's up on GE. Google. All right, we've been an hour at this thing. We are flat or so on AMD. We are up $1.60 or so on Tesla. We're up $1 on Google. And we just gotta watch that. We gotta watch this paint dry. It's interesting. The market is just slow today. It's okay. It's okay. We trade the market we see, not the market we want. I'm seeing slow day. 250, flat on AMD, in the money on Tesla, up almost $2. But again, come on now, one more little pump on Google and I can sell that. I mean, I can let it run. Is natural gas worth a short squeeze, a short swing? You know, I suck at swinging really, but we'll see. You know, but you know, I can do okay with swing. I shouldn't say I suck at it, but now I tell you what, as a short for sure, it's of interest here for sure. You know, gets up here. The best level clearly is this wick up here at $16. But man, yeah, hell yeah, I like it as a short here as a swing short. You've had 3 days straight up. Maybe you come right back in. That'd be interesting. Google chilling. Wow, GE coming in. Look at this thing. Still coming in. So I'm saying, like, it's not, it's getting, it's, but trust me, it's getting very, very interesting the lower it gets down here. Because it's just selling on like low volume. The volume is relatively high, I guess, but it's starting to taper off. You know, so like I say, my level is probably about 297 to 296. Let's just say my level is going to be 296. I say a safer level would be 292. Okay, that's probably how I'm looking at it at the moment. You know, Google chilling. AMD 250. So we got a couple trades going. We have a potential in GE. This was my original level. I think I said 297. 298 peers to 297. I think that's what I said, but we'll watch it. They're starting to scoop it up some. Oop, screen just disappeared. The Qs are starting to bounce up. Nice. They're at the volume weighted average price. That's nice to see. A rising tide can lift all boats. I am considering this GE here, folks. I'm just letting you know. I could be talked into a target of 303 to 304 would be my target. So I'm starting to like the risk to reward here at 298.50 to 298. I'm trying to get it at 298 Pierce, but I like it here, guys. I like it here. I'm liking the price. Heads up on GE. Heads up on GE. You know, it's down enough to battle this thing down here, I think. Hey, there goes Google. Francis showing, SPY showing the Francis pattern. Let's have a look, because you know I play that 100. I don't play the SPY, but it gives credence to a yeah. I mean, it's kind of there. This middle one here don't work on a 10-minute. That don't fit it though. But you really don't want to see that big old wick on this first one there. But I see what you're seeing. That's good looking. Hey, look at Google getting to 332. GE getting close to wanting to get in this thing. Google getting to 332. Appears to 332, and I'm going to sell it. Let's see if this Tesla can go. The Qs are starting to bounce. I mean, it's not going to be the world's biggest trade. Let's be clear. But we're going to play it according to the risk to the reward. Okay? On Google. And so I think the risk to reward started to make more sense. Okay, AMD, can it break out? I think it's setting up to go, guys, later in the day. I think Tesla's doing the same. So I'm waiting on Google to get over 332. If this market's going to rip to the upside, which we'll see, the Qs are going up, curling up. GE's at 298. Let's see if we can pierce this 298. And then, but again, this is an earnings play. Put your earnings cap on. 3 positions in GE as an earnings should be 1 day trade position. Or you could go long, you could go big, but you better have a tight stop. It's as simple as that. That's the trade-off. You know, that's the trade-off that you have to do. That's the trade-off. Either you go really big here and trade it normal because it is getting pretty extended, or you keep your earnings cap on and see if it comes down a little bit lower. Okay? There we go. Still sitting on our hands. I mean, I'm in no rush. I'm no rush to trade GE. If it doesn't get there in the next kind of, if it don't really set up, then I'll just pass on it because this market is super slow today. It's like watching paint dry. AMD's in the money, Tesla's in the money, but it's chilling. Google's in the money. It got so close to 332. How's it not going to give it to us? So 298 is coming up. Keep coming down. The lower we go, the better. AMD starting to come up some. GE pulling back about 80 cents. Man, I almost pulled the trigger at 332. I'm so bored of this damn thing. So we got, all our trades at the moment are all winners. AMD's up, Tesla's up, so it's a winner. Google's a winner. Keep a stop here. We got within 20 cents of selling, so. Matter of fact, I'm getting done with Google. I've had enough. I'm out Google. I've had enough. I just had enough. It's just so slow today. So I'm not gonna take a win. So we out of that. We're out of Google. 331. Take the dollar. So I'm scratching GE Aerospace, GE. I'm just bored of it. I don't need it anymore. Google, I'll just take the dollar and move on. That was like the slowest dollar. Okay, here we go. AMD starting to bounce. Man, can I push the bounce button? Show me the bounce. They making us work. They trying our patience on all of these trades. What did I say my level on AMD? I think I said I wanted 255. I said I wanted 255. So I got out of Google. I'm still in Tesla. I'm still in AMD. AMD is now up enough to at least keep a flat now because we're 250 from my level. So that's close enough. But if it wants to run, we'll let it run. We got no pressure to sell it. As this market starts to bounce, a rising tide will lift all boats, and we'll just print more money again today. So Google exit 331.34. Okay, so Google exit 331.34. Okay. So we out of that. I'm gonna take the Google trade, be done with it because I've had enough. So not a bad trade, just not the world's greatest. So, but it's okay. We'll take it. We'll just add it to the pot. We got AMD moving up. That's up $2. So that's halfway to the goal. Tesla though can't get over 436. There goes GE trying to bounce. I'm going to buy this GE here at 298.50, folks. Just letting you know, I'm going to buy this GE here at 298.50. Okay. I'll trade it here. Target will be a reverse back up over 300, somewhere to 302. Okay, so I'm going to grab this long here in GE. Everybody is clear to grab GE here. We'll grab it here, 298.75. I am long GE, 298.75. I will take it here, 298.75. GE, 298.75. I'll take it here. Okay, we'll take that trade. We'll see what we got. Again, earnings cap. Put that cap on. Earnings cap could never bounce, or could bounce to infinity. But we should make our way back over 300. We probably can get to about 302. Okay, so we'll keep that. So let's just assume we have it at 299. Let's just round up to 299. We're looking for $3 from here, folks. Okay, so that's 302. We're looking for $3 here. Okay, it's as simple as that. Let's just be patient. It's not moving that volatile, which is nice. Keeps your heart rate down. And we'll go from there. There goes AMD at high a day. Tesla, just maybe when this guy speaks. Maybe that's what, because I think he's speaking at Davos. So maybe that's what it is. Okay. So if we get up $1.50, let's just say if we hit 300, we'll keep a flat. Okay. Can't get within $1.50 and not be ready to go to battle. Okay. AMD is chilling. SPY breaking to the upside. Baba, man, wicked down. Didn't get to 185, but it was interesting. Man, what a slow day. But we still knocking them out. We just hitting these little singles. We'll just knocking singles. Look at, man, SNDK almost back to the flat line. Crazy. Okay. So we're waiting on that. This is slow movement, guys. Slow. So Tesla, what we got, Musk should be speaking soon. Yeah, it probably is. And that's probably why this thing is just painfully slow. This is painful. But the Qs are rallying up as they should. They've been holding that 200 period that I pointed out earlier. Now we're getting that V shape. That's why I wasn't under no pressure to sell GE. I was like, yeah. I mean Google. I was like, yeah. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Sell for 8 hours? 6 hours? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So out of that, we did the SanDisk. Did we leave some money on the table? For sure. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Waiting on this AMD to crack 255. See if it gives it to us. Or higher. Or higher. Waiting on this Tesla to crack 440 or higher. I'd like to see it first get through yesterday's high of 438. And then we could talk. But what's nice is we never really were out the money, anything significant on any of these trades. Just, we didn't wick the low, but, you know, we didn't have to panic. Now, GE is an earnings play. This is like literally the only bounce that's taken place, and it's anemic. But it'll bounce, it'll bounce, it'll bounce. It'll bounce. So Google, I made a staggering I made a staggering 200, so nothing crazy, folks. Nothing crazy. Just a little winner. We'll add it on this slow Thursday. They're going to make us work for it. We'll work for it. We'll be patient. We'll outlast them. Google 331, SanDisk, nothing. So we getting to the top of the hour where I'm gonna cut it off. But we'll just sit here and chill. Palantir still in this thing from yesterday, waiting on this thing to break 170. I was hoping to do it today and I could have sold, but typical Palantir is always a piece POS. The last couple of weeks, it's just been a POS. Q's breaking to the upside. Tesla 436, nice to move. I guess apparently he's speaking, so that could be a catalyst to take us north, which is what we want. Whole market, or the whole QQQ is bouncing, but we're not seeing that in AMD. We're not seeing that in Tesla. We're not seeing that in GE, but GE is trading independent of the market on its earnings. Google, I thought we'd be north of 332 by now, but we'll see what happens. All right, higher daybreak coming on Tesla. And then let's see what Elon Musk his words bring to us. See if we can get a $10 move that could save the day, and that would make the day. $10 move would make the day. Believe it or not. GE is still under pressure. It's going to remain under pressure for the day. But let's just be mindful. These are the two levels that I was talking about, 296, 292. But again, I grabbed it 298.75, and I'm just ready to wrestle with it all the way down here. We'll see what happens. $298 breaking. GE can't catch a buyer. What did they announce? Bankruptcy or something? They must have said we're going out of business. Wow, there we go. Breaking down. 296, 292. That's where I'll add my these are I don't think I'll add it 296, but I probably would split the difference between 296 and 292. So maybe I'd add it 294 for me. We shouldn't just go straight down. At some point, we'll bounce. AMD is moving up. Tesla 436. This is why we trade earnings plays a particular way. Because unlike a regular stock with no earnings news, it can sell for 6 hours straight. Shout out to Butter, Paul, and Mike, admin for the calls out. That's what makes this group special. Good call out, folks. Got to check the chat because people in there calling out trades. Because I can only watch so much, but that's what we're here for. If you took the SPY call that was called out, the Microsofts out there, people just putting ideas out there for you, and you can just grab them. And you can just use the group for what it's for. There we go. Higher day break on Tesla. AMD, we're just being patient on that. GE, I'm just letting this thing cook. It's getting long in the tooth, that's for sure on that, but it's not too big of a position. Oh yeah. Shout out to B Grant. You know it. So my next ad on GE will be about 294. I'll probably split the difference. I'm going to split the difference between these two. So if it comes in another, this is pretty crazy to the downside. It's not like they announced something crazy on earnings. Google back down. Q's chilling. Palantir, man, this market, boy, woof. Where's Nvidia? Bet you Nvidia's doing nothing. It's like watching paint dry here, folks. Let's see if we get this bounce again. I'm going to maintain the level of 302. That's kind of my level. 302 is my target price at the moment. Boring, boring, boring. So I'm just keep bumping my music and we'll see what happens. K-I-L. All right. 22nd of January, 2026. Let's see what this market has for us. It's slow. That's one thing we can say it is for sure. It is slow. Qs are over the volume weighted average price, which is nice to see. GE 297. So we're just going to chill on this GE. It's amazing that it hit my original level, though, 297 Pierce. But as per usual, I don't wait for that level. If anything, I'm consistent on that. Not waiting for my own levels. It's okay, though. AMD 252. Man, this is like slow. Tesla new high a day. Again, we're looking for 440 to break, but we'll take whatever it wants to give. If we can wait 90 minutes for 437, we can wait to see if 450 can be hit. Okay, it's as simple as that. If we can wait 90 minutes, we got another 90 minutes of wait in us. Okay, even though I can get bored of some trades, you know, with the best of them. Here we go, high day break. There we go. There we go. Now we're starting to move. Now we're starting to pump on Tesla at least. So let's see if we can go make some serious money. We want to be size for 5. Now we're getting the pump. Now we're getting the pump. There we go. Look at that. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Boom. There's the pop. There's the pop. Love it. Love it. Remember, we in Tesla 434.90, so call it 435. So 440 gives us $5. And we want to be size for 5. And then see if we can go get this $10. So my target remains this 440 break to 442, and I'll take it. And we'll go from there. Shoot. That's ridiculous. How long they making us wait? Win, 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 win. And the perfect song just came on too. Win, 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 win. Let's see if we can get back up here. Now I'm definitely, I'd be pissed if I got to take a flat after waiting 90 minutes for that pop. But got within, man, pennies of the 440. Pennies. Let's see what happens. GE we in. Tesla we in. We just want to see if this thing can break 440, man. Got all the way up there. Maybe I should have sold. Man. I ain't got bigger plans to stay in rich since I was 6. All right. Starting to get a bounce in GE. Here's the bounce starting. I mean, I'm out the money $1, but, you know, it's an earnings play. That feels like being down 30 cents or something. Like, what would I care? And let's see if we can get this bounce to 302. Clearly it's not going to go there in one bounce, but let's see if we can get up there. See if this AMD can give us the next bounce up, and then we can close out for the day with no losses. Let's see. So not the world's biggest day, but not, still positive. We're still in the money. Still in the money. Man, I'm so bored of this Tesla just wicking me around. But what I don't want to do is miss that massive spike like it had yesterday up here. Man, this AMD is just boring. GE back down. Again, I'm still ready to add, but it's not going to add till 294. Yeah. Google back down to 330. Man, crazy. Q's coming in. What a joke. Look at John Wick showing up. All right. Top of the hour coming. I'll stick around for a little bit. I'm still in this GE, so I want to give some commentary on it, how I'm trading it, what I'm doing with it. I'm still okay with it. It's an earnings play, and we play it this way for a reason. But we can scale into this, we can size into this pretty easily. Tesla just wicking around. Boring. AMD, we have that at essentially 250, so we're up $1.50. Let's see what that can do for us. See if we can get a bottoming signal on this GE. If we can get some type of bottoming signal, I don't mind scaling into the position either. I just not at a point where I can add or I can scale in. I mean, it's a nice fall, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 minutes straight down. Impressive. We talked about 290. When it was at 301, I said, hey, 297 to 296. So it's right there in that wheelhouse. Because now it's definitely down enough. 307, man. I thought we were at 440. I was going to sell at 440, actually. So I'm going to get my $5 and go. Q's coming in some, but yeah, they just flirting with the volume weighted average price. UBIO, UBIA, wanna help your body, baby. So I'm around. I'll probably be in and out of mute, so I'll stick around. But I'm just talking. If I'm talking, I'm just kind of just talking aloud. Cause I'm not clear. I'm not gonna take no more trades. UBIA, wanna help your body, baby. You wanna help your body. UBIO, UBIA. Man, GE, they slamming this thing to the bottom, boy. Whew. So I'm down $2. Nothing I need to concern myself with. Q's, can they bounce? GE 330, 70. Nice bounce again. Can't dance in this market. Wow, look at this thing coming back in. They clearly announced bankruptcy. They must have. They must have. They must have said we're going to lose all our money and all our tech. They must have had. They must have said that. They had to. Gee, they must have said we're going bankrupt. All our customers are fleeing. Our costs are running through the roof. And nobody wants to buy them at any price. But it's okay. 438. Yeah. GE had their earnings. They beat on everything. Beat on everything. Bullish outlook, everything. But boy, are they punishing this stock. Whatever they said, somebody doesn't like it. This is clear as day. They don't like it. They do not like it. Now, if I just have one position, if I don't add a second position, I'll hold it. I can hold it overnight. I can hold it if I have a second position too. But yeah, if we get a second position, that's just to recover this thing in some. But I can hold one position overnight, no problem. Wouldn't even bat an eye at it. So we'll see what happens. Let me stop recording, shoot, before I use up all my memory.